how you can use your TFSA and RRSP to invest in real estate.
The interesting thing is there is a way, and it's set up through another form, whereby for those that are interested in earning their interest in their tax-free savings account, but withdrawing that into their bank account, say for paying off debts or just monthly living expenses, there's a way to do that.
Serious life hacks here coming in that can absolutely help with your cash flow. What's going on YouTube? It's Rebecca Lynn Matheson, aka the Canadian Cottage Girl, and we've got another banger of a YouTube video coming your way. We're going to be talking to Chris from Nestor Capitals all about how you can use your TFSA and RRSP to invest in real estate. So Chris, welcome to the channel.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, let's jump right into it here, Chris. So let's just talk a little bit about you and what you do, what your background is, and then we'll get right into today's topic.
Excellent. As many of the viewers of this channel, as a family, we're very passionate about real estate. We've owned multiple single-family properties across the GTA. And back in 2013, we dabbled in private lending, so investing our own family's funds on individual mortgages. Really fell in love with that, and the kind of natural next step, as many friends and family were asking, how do I get started in that? We started Nest Capital Mortgage Investment Corporation in 2017 and have great success since then. We're in our 6th year. And for those that are unsure of what a mortgage investment corporation is, think of it as a fund. It's a pool of investors that purchase shares, and their investment is spread across a number of mortgages, and there's a targeted return. Our return for investors has consistently been 10% annually, paid monthly, since 2017.
Amazing. Yeah, that's definitely quite the background and backstory here, doing that for 6 years. So appreciate where you're coming from here in today's topic. So let's get right into it. So this is a hot topic right now with people wanting to pull from their RRSP or use some of the retained investments from their TFSA and really apply that capital into real estate, especially with today's hot market. So let's jump right into some different strategies or different ways that people can actually dip into some of that capital that's just sitting there to actually turn it into returns.
Absolutely. And kind of talking about the two different account types, a tax-free savings account and an RRSP, we found that a lot of people, and there's a study by the Bank of Montreal that found in 2020 about 38% of Canadians just hold cash in their tax-free savings account. And that's interesting because it is meant to invest, and those returns are tax-free. So oftentimes when people are thinking about using those different account types, maybe they're investing in mutual funds, stocks, ETFs, but there's this whole other world of alternative investing, specifically investing in mortgages or in a mortgage investment corporation that's possible. So we have a number of real estate investors that they have multiple properties, but maybe they have an RSP or tax-free savings account. They're passionate about real estate, and they're looking to use those particular funds. So using the example of a tax-free savings account, that's really for any Canadian that's 18 or older. The total contribution room to date is $75,500. So that's if someone has been 18 years or older since TFSA started in 2009. And each year it increases. This increase for January 1st, 2022 was $6,000 each year. So I'll talk a little bit more about kind of how that's ultimately being used, but that's just a kind of quick overview of the two different accounts there.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. And for people who maybe haven't started up at TFSA, you mentioned obviously the amount increases every year. Let's say somebody just starts one. are they able to then max out the amount that they have put in? So say that amount since you're 18 up until somebody is maybe, let's say 35, are they able to then max out that amount and just put that total allowability, and then it just increases by 6K each year essentially?
Essentially, yes. And a good starting point for people that I suggest that they check out. A lot of people have their CRA online account or
Yep.
CRA's phone line that you can call into. It's always good to check what your TFSA contribution room is for that year, but essentially the way that you described it is how it's done. If someone was 35, they would have 17 years of potential contribution room that's built up. And similarly, looking at your RSP room, check out your CRA online account, see what room you have in there. The RSP is done; it's kind of a prescribed interest or prescribed percentage, based on the income that you've been earning each year. So that's kind of how it's done. A little bit different from a TFSA, but I'd say start with CRA so you get the right accurate numbers to go with.
Love it. Okay. So let's say somebody's already got these accounts set up. They've been sitting on that money. How does someone first get started in actually using it?
Absolutely. So investing in mortgages or investing in a mortgage investment corporation, we're in a regulated industry, which is good. It's a good thing for investors. So every investor goes through a suitability and approval process. That's done by a registered dealer. They're licensed in the province to collect information on the investor. So that's usually done online with a combination of a phone call. So every investor first gets approved. But before all that, usually we'd love to share more about investing in a fund, investing in Nest Capital. So checking out our website, giving us a phone call, all those details will be in the description of this video. So happy to hear from people if they have questions. But if they're looking to invest, they first get approved, and that registered dealer, their role is also to help set up that tax-free savings account or RRSP. A question that may come up is, what if I already have money in a RSP or tax-free savings account at a current financial institution? Can I bring that over? Yes, you can. It's just an extra step of transferring that between your current financial institution and into the applicable trust company that we work with.
Awesome. Okay, so that somebody has to apply if they want to go down the MIC route and just kind of go through certain steps. What are some other options for investment? So MIC is a fantastic one. It sounds like you've got a full platform of of ways for people to actually apply and invest through your mortgage investment company. So guys, make sure you check out the description below if you are interested in going down that pathway with your investments, and reach out to Chris. I'm sure that he'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. What are some other options? How else can somebody utilize these savings accounts?
Yeah, I mean, there are the different types of investments that they can invest in. There could be like big products, mutual funds, stocks, ETFs, lots that you can do with TFSA and RRSP. What's interesting on the RRSP front is there's really kind of two ways that you can withdraw the money from that account. The main one being for retirement. So, when you're in those years, kind of drawing down from it. But it's also available for those that are looking to use their existing RRSP funds and using that first-time home buyer plan. So we have investors that in the past couple of years, they bought their first home and they've kind of withdrawn their money using the home buyer's plan, and that's gone towards the down payment of their first property. So that's another great way that you can use that. There's more flexibility for a tax-free savings account. It's anytime you really need to withdraw from it, minus some certain conditions, you can withdraw from a tax-free savings account. So I've even seen people kind of more use their TFSA more, even in that example of, hey, I want it for a down payment or purchase of something else or start up a business. There's more flexibility there with the TFSA.
Got it. Absolutely. Okay. Any other like fun tips or tricks that you'd like to really talk about here with the TFSAs or RRSPs?
Yeah, the interesting thing is There is a way, and it's set up through another form, whereby for those that are interested in earning their interest in their tax-free savings account, but withdrawing that into their bank account, say for paying off debts or just monthly living expenses, there's a way to do that. So we have some investors that maybe they're kind of in their retirement years and trying to supplement their current monthly cash flow. There is a way that still the income is earned tax-free. And then there's a second step that each month it's withdrawn and put into your bank account. And that is helpful for a lot of people. Another example could be, maybe you wanted to have that go towards utility fees, or maybe towards a bit of a mortgage on a property that you have. Again, that's tax-free, but it can be withdrawn each month into your bank account. So that's what I'd say a good number of our investors do it that way as well, and we'd be happy to set that up for you.
Absolutely. Some serious life hacks here coming in that can absolutely help with your cash flow. Cash flow is king, where you can kind of have all of your expenses covered by your cash flow. That is the ultimate goal, I think, of most cash flow focused real estate investors. So that's a pro tip right there to check out whether or not you're really optimizing on these strategies. So your TFSA or RRSP, those are great opportunities, especially if you're a first-time home buyer and you haven't used the RRSP for that function yet. You can absolutely have all of those savings go towards your down payment. And why wouldn't you, especially if you're buying your first investment property or first just home in general. So really love that. And for the viewers out there that are more similar to me in terms of learning about all of these different strategies, what would you say to somebody who's just getting started in real estate investing, and wanting to maybe explore a MIC, like investing in one, or explore an RRSP, or hasn't really chosen a strategy yet? What's the best way to actually choose a strategy and implement some of these awesome pro tips that you're giving here?
Yeah, I think the first tip is keep doing what you're doing. If you're watching this video, you're obviously seeking information. You're doing your research. So for those that are maybe interested in investing individually in mortgages, or say investing in a fund such as Nest Capital, feel free to reach out to us. Our details will be in the description below. And more than happy to answer the questions that you have on the fund. And if you do have kind of questions on maybe like the tax side, maybe seek out the advice of your accountant that might be able to help you out there, or someone kind of in that realm. But yeah, continue research. Feel free to reach out. Gathering information is an important first step. And any questions, feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Well, Chris, thanks so much for joining us on the Canadian Real Estate Channel today. Where is the best place for people to reach out to you?
First step, check us out online, nestcapital.ca. You can also reach us by phone, 416-628-2033, or info@nestcapital.ca, and we'll have all our details below. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today, Chris. And guys, make sure if you liked this video that you like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We pump out a ton of amazing Canadian real estate content. This is the best place to find investing tips and tricks and learn about things like mortgage investment companies, MICs, TFSAs, RRSPs, how you can actually navigate through all of these different words and all of these trigger lingos, and actually really apply this strategically to your investment portfolio and win in Canadian investing. So thanks again for joining us today, Chris. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.
Thank you.